Opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or messages posted in chat are strictly their own personal views and do not reflect the views of Bolin Services, Inc., a 501c3 nonprofit organization, nor does it reflect the views of the sponsors of this program. Political commentary, if any, are strictly personal opinions and should not be construed as endorsements of or opposition to any political party, candidate, or voter initiative by Bolin Services, Inc. This audio-visual presentation is copyrighted by Kenneth W. Bolin. No rebroadcast, retransmission, simulcast, or other distribution of this video or the audio associated with it is permitted without the express written permission of Kenneth W. Bolin. All original content on this presentation is owned in full and solely by Kenneth W. Bolin.
Warning, the following podcast has extremely high levels of Kenny Bolin. Studies have shown that excessive exposure to Kenny Bolin may have damaging effects to your physical and mental well-being. Viewer discretion is advised. No, seriously, we mean it. There will be naughty words, lots of them, probably. Now you've been warned. This warning sponsored by the Story Time with Dutch Mantel.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to I believe, another solo show. Let me make sure I've got comments up here. I just took them away. I think this will be a solo show tonight. Doing a double header tonight. We'll let a few of you get in here before we explain what's going on. Got a couple lazy dogs over. Scooby, you want to come over and say hi? Come here. Come here. Come on, say hi. There, Big Gooby. There's Big Scoobadella. You doing good? So I gotta come over, man. Say, I know what we're doing. Just ask the microphone. Say, I talk into that, right? Yeah, you talk into that. That's where you talk. Yeah, I know. Nothing's really changed much. Everything's still pretty much the same. Is that all right with you? Yeah. Is it okay if I can do the show now? Okay. Can I go ahead and do the show? Does everything meet your inspections? Big Scooby? Where my keys? Give me big keys. He's a good boy. He's a good boy most of the time. Right? There you go. All right. Well, Scooby had to come over and do his inspection, make sure everything's going good. And, but no, we'll let a few of you get in here, however many of you are going to show up tonight. And because I didn't really advertise the show much tonight, because it was a bit of a busy work day. Had to work on the state of California today. It's been a busy news day. Oh my God. I am probably going to have to hold back on some of the things that I need to say tonight. Let a little bit more stuff play out. The state of Texas, what's going on down there right now. I got some things I'm going to say about that, but I'm probably going to hold off till Thursday. I don't know. Some of you might slide out tonight. And then the Jeffrey Epstein files. Wouldn't you know who won the pony, as an old friend of mine used to say. But they decided they don't want those to come out today. We'll talk about that a little bit more in the show if anybody cares to. I wonder why they didn't want those Jeffrey Epstein files to come out with unredacted names, videos, and picadillos and all such. I wonder why. Hard to figure. Let's see here. Just basically whatever y'all want to talk about. We have a few families in need as usual. That's why we do the shows. And if we make $60 or more in the first 30 minutes, I'll stay for an hour. And if we don't, yeah, hell, why not? Sounds like a good idea to me. I think we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. Why not? Sounds like a great deal. There we go. Well, that's all right. Apparently, Bob didn't set the show up for subscribers only tonight, but that's okay. We'll just block the idiots. Doesn't bother me a bit. Let's see here. What else is going on? Yeah, so we'll be here for about 30 minutes. And Yes, Anna. Yeah, I saw some of your 171 messages today. As I told everybody on my last show, I was going on vacation for a little bit for the 4th of July holidays, and I would not be responding to really much of anybody anywhere from July the 2nd or 3rd, whenever. Well, I think July 3rd through today, and because we have no money coming in during that time off, and gave out way more money than we took in because some people pledged $240 and didn't pay it. So put us in a bad way because we already sent that money out. We thought more money was coming in. It did not. So put us in a bad way. And so, like I said, we'll see how we do tonight and then go from there. And like I said, we'll talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. But when you all bomb me over and over and over again, it doesn't help matters any just by filling up my inbox. Write me once, and then when I see your message, I'll write you back. And then if you can't comprehend that and you just keep bombing me over and over again, or cry when I tell you I don't have any money or any more money, then you force us not to be involved at all. So other than that, let me know what you got going on, and we'll go from there. And if you want to talk about what's going on down in Texas, that is a shame. I think the last I heard, 109, 112, something like that, dead. We still got quite a few missing. Trump and Elon Musk with Doge defunded the National Weather Service, FEMA, and various other organizations that a lot of people are saying could have been a big help to Texas. And now, of course, they don't want to talk about that. They asked Trump about FEMA today and said, well, you were talking about defunding FEMA, getting rid of it. How do you feel about that now? Well, FEMA's hard at work, and we'll talk about that later. Okay. All right. Well, we got that going for us. So what do you do? Hang on here. Looks like I got some inbox messages. Let's see. Yeah, we're trying to make arrangements to put Gwen in a better situation to get her out of an abusive situation with her father from 8,400 miles away. And I told her she had an idea, and I told her that we were going to work on it, see what we come up with. Hello, Pam Ortiz. Pam is watching up in Canada. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Hello, Cheska. Oh, Cheska sent a picture of her watching the show. How you doing, Cheska? Good to see you. Todd Pillar says he's watching the show. Well, for those of you that have your memberships and have made donations and are good on your donations, we'll be more than happy to chat with you. That's membership has its privileges, and so do donations. So we'll see how all that goes. Let's see here. Let's see. What did we kick on? We'll just count it at 9:05, being as that was the scheduled time. And I need to know what y'all want to talk about. My Cincinnati Reds are playing the Miami Marlins. And I thought this was going to be the break in our schedule, but Miami is they're playing some pretty good ball, as we found out last night. Put a whooping on my Cincinnati Reds last night, so I haven't watched today's game yet. We'll see how it goes. Oh, by the way, for those of you that are watching so far tonight, I do have a double header I'm doing tonight. Doesn't look like I'm going to be here long, so because if we don't raise $60, I will wrap this show up. We'll see you again Thursday. And I will go do the Bill Apter, Dr. Featherstone show tonight at 11 o'clock. I don't know if that show is live or what the deal is with it. Probably recorded, being as it's going on at 11. And but no, they wrote me yesterday and asked me if I would do their show. And I said, well, I guess I'll have to do it after I do this one. But we'll see if we make that $60 tonight. And if we do, we'll stay for a full hour and try to help some of these people here that are needing some help. Anna Rose apparently is one of those. And yes, we have helped Anna in the past with some school supplies and things that she needed. Apparently, YouTube Studios has a new look and a new upgrade. I noticed that when I was looking to see where everything was as far as banners. We were supposed to fade away the Royals logo because they cracked down hard on where they're spending money, and don't even cover their employees' meals anymore, which I found a little strange. I'd like to see them at least do that. But the food's good, though, so I'm not going to badmouth the food or anything. The food is great, especially the Nashville hot fish, which was one of my favorites. Carrabba's Bar and Grill. I'm going to be going there again real soon. The fish house we love down the road here from me, I think on, God, we'll look them up. There's 3 locations, but the one in Louisville is down the road from me. I think 27th and Broadway or something like that. You'll have to look it up. I can't remember. And Five Guys, we got a great relationship with them now. We'll be going back to Five Guys again next week. Blaze Pizza, I'm going to be taking my friend from the CIA over there next week. They've got that 5 for $35 deals where you get 3 pizzas, 2 side items for $35. And it's hard to get a deal like that in this day and age in the pizza business. And the food is very good, very healthy, unlimited toppings. You tell them what they want, they put it on there for you. And glory, hallelujah. And well, so far we've only had we don't have anybody in good standings that has made a comment yet on YouTube. And Jamie was asking for some help. Well, honey, as you've seen, we haven't made any donations tonight. So if nobody donates, I don't have a way to help you. I know you said you were needing some help with your kid. Anna Rose was asking for some help, but if nobody donates, there's no way to help. Because we have given out way more money than we have because some people did not honor their deal. And apparently have no intentions of doing so. So, yep, not one donation. So I'll be here 20 more minutes till 9:30. Answering whatever questions that you have. I might not even be here that long because not one member on YouTube in good standings has said a word. So, and like I said, I did not advertise the show much tonight. I figure by now y'all know what Tuesday nights is. And if you haven't figured out that we do live shows at 9 o'clock on Tuesdays and Thursdays, then I don't know what to tell you. And maybe a lot of you are rattled over the Epstein files. Maybe you thought your names were going to be in it. I don't know. Like I said, the Texas floods down there in San Antonio, they were expecting another 3 or 4 inches of rain possibly today. That's not good. And it's been a rough time for the folks down there in San Antonio. One thing that irritated me is that I saw the Governor Abbott, that fucking genius. They must have had 100 to 150 sheriffs and these dipshits wearing their cowboy hats. What the fuck? All standing around with their arms behind their backs and their guns loaded and their cowboy hats on. There had to have been 100 to 150 of them gathered around the governor. And this was a couple days ago. Well, maybe 3 days ago. Talking about how shorthanded they are. We don't have much help. And all hands on deck. And then people started asking questions about why the National Weather Service and FEMA and all these various areas were cut. Why wasn't there warnings given out? This, that. Yeah, they didn't want to talk about that. Well, it's now been 5 days since this hit. They still don't want to talk about it. Well, I guess not. It's a pretty embarrassing situation. Let's see here. So we'll get into more of that on Thursday. Bob is down there. I don't know how close Bob is to San Antonio. Bob's doing nerd night tonight. So we'll see if he's got anything to add to it as to what's going on. And like I said, I did not advertise the show very much tonight, so we might not. Yeah, thank you for the storm update. Supposed to have some more rain here in Louisville tomorrow. We haven't had much at all lately. Not a lot of rain going on up here. Some areas got some, but not in the Louisville area. And but we don't have much of a show if you don't ask questions. This is kind of a live interactive show. And if we don't get something going on here real soon, I'm just going to wrap it up. and go do the other show at 11 o'clock and get me some rest in between shows and maybe watch the Cincinnati Reds game. 9:13, we don't have one YouTube member in good standing yet who has said a word. And we've been on for pushing 15 minutes. It should be long enough. And I sent out links to the decent people to let them know that we were doing a show. Oh, God, here's another one that I've never heard of that's wanting help from people that do not donate. All right. Yeah, Gwen wants to have her own room if she moves into a certain place. We'll work on that. We'll work on it. Randy the Macho Man Sadly. Well, I'm glad somebody in good standing finally spoke up on the show. You're the only one. We hadn't had anybody in good standing yet that honors their donations had spoken anything yet. And so, yeah, you have to have a membership. You have to be in good standing and a non-troll. And do as we ask you to do and not be over appearing on other shows. We've asked that not to happen, and for a couple of people, about 3 of you. And apparently all 3 of you are in violation of that. Because you go over there when you were told if you're going to be here, you don't go over there. Well, 3 of you violated that, and you won't be on here no more. So, So we're trying to raise $60 to help these various families. Jambi's needing a little help. Anna Rose is needing a little help. We've been a lot of help to families since I've been gone on vacation. Several $100s worth of help because we thought we had some money coming in that never came. Most of you know that story by now. Ain't even worth mentioning names or bringing up because the person is never going to make good on it. And we know that, and they know that. 3 months we've been trying to wait. I did have a person that contacted me earlier today, wanted to know, I think his last name is Martin. I wrote him an email, and he wanted to know if we had autographed books, autographed pictures, things like that they could purchase in the future. He had made a donation. Very kind of him to do so. I think the last name was Martin. I wrote him an email, and maybe it was Andrew Martin. And let's see here. Looks like we found
that would be Test there, King.
What's that?
That would be Test Andrew Martin.
Well, wasn't that guy? I don't think. But
I'll say
is that his real name? Is that his real name, Andrew?
Yeah,
Martin?
Yeah, that was.
Well, it seems like somebody named Andrew Martin. You know what? Let me look.
It ain't him.
See if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Well, yeah, I probably got to go to an email that's not that easy for me to get. Well, here, hang on here. Bolin Services Incorporated. Nope. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Matthew Adkins.
Oh, that's Matthew. Just like Andrew Martin.
That's just like Andrew Martin. I never knew that was the Test's name.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew that. So how in the hell I make that fucking name up? I will never know.
Just watching kind of like A&E.
Yeah, Matthew Adkins, Andrew Martin. No, I my hand on the Bible. I did not know. Well, me putting my hand on the Bible. Now that you're here, I'm going to get into this a little bit.
All right.
We got a bit of an echo going on over there.
Shit.
Randy Macho Man Satterley, with the only donation of the night, is trying to spark a little life in this place, and has said, yep, still got an echo. How do we keep getting that echo over there every time? Now I can't hear you. Yeah, your voice is gone, but I also don't hear the echo now either.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you now.
All right. It's something in StreamYard. I have to go into that setting and unclick the echo cancellation. Yeah, believe it or not.
Well, there you go. Do that. That's what I do. I have to click the echo cancellation.
No, I have to unclick it.
Oh, you got to unclick it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I have to click it. I've been told I have to click it or I go.
Would make sense.
So yeah, Rando Macho Man Satterley has donated $25 challenge. Thank you. Because we're trying to make it at least 60 here tonight. And even that's not going to touch everything we need to do, but at least be a step in the right direction.
Evening.
And we're up to 22 now. Well, the notifications are going out a little late because I was about ready to leave in 15 minutes a little while ago. We had one guy not in good standing with the show who has not honored his donation. So I couldn't respond to him because he's in violation.
Is that
he was told if he was going to be welcome over here, not to go over to that other show, and he promised he wouldn't. Well, guess where he's been going?
Whoops.
Been going over there. But we got 3 people that slide over here every now and then that I said, if you go over there, you stay there. You know, y'all have gone over there and talked shit about me before, lied about me like a motherfucker.
Usual suspects.
And then I was kind enough to forgive them. And I said, but if you're going to go over there and you stay, do not come here. And of course, all 3 of them go over there, especially the one who made the pledge and didn't honor it, and no intentions of doing so. No intentions of doing so. Adam the Droog, evening Starmaker. Did you get my donation and my email? Both according to PayPal and my credit card, it went through. What name did you make your donation in? And I'll let you know. Because somebody said they made a $20 donation over here the other day. And when I went and looked, and I sent this to Bob, you'll have to tell me what name your donation went through in. Because, unless he's Matthew Atkins, maybe I got my names wrong. But somebody made a donation on July the 1st of $20. And I went over to Bolin Services Incorporated today because that was the one that we had the QR code up on. They made their donation on July 21st. Do you know when we get the money, according to what I read today?
August.
July 20th. That was you. That was you. Okay. Well, it's set. Oh, were you the large donation or the small? Because there was a $20 donation, or were you the large donation? Because if it was the large donation, that went through. The smaller donation has not.
Adam,
are you the one? Are you the one from? I sent you an email today. Did you get it? I think. I was okay. Well, the larger donation went through. Yours. Listen to this shit. It says you made the donation at like 6 p.m. whatever time, for $20. And it deducted a small fee because it was made on Bolin Services Incorporated, maybe through the QR code. I don't know. And it says we get the money, get ready, July 22nd. It has not been credited to my account as of earlier today. So I don't know why it's telling you it went through. If it went through a little bit ago, maybe I haven't been over there to look. But yeah, I see the $20 donation. It went to Bolin Services Incorporated. So that's why with little glitches over there, we're just encouraging people to either do kennybolin@msn.com or foodforfilipinos@gmail.com. Or you can do starmakerbolin@gmail.com. There's 3 different ways. But yeah, there's a couple of donations over there I hadn't seen. They had gone through. But the $20 donation not gone through. But I did. No, I didn't send you an email at Adam. I sent an email to the larger donation because he had sent it a while back, and I didn't even know he'd sent it, and I felt bad. And he asked me if I sold books and autographed pictures, and of course of the WWE stars we do. So I wrote him to let him know that we do, and so we'll go.
Gwen here.
Gwen is the one who's about to turn 18 on July 11th. A couple more days for her. It's July 9th.
Birthday. Nice to meet you too, darling.
July 9th on a very beautiful young lady. And we just got her and Eunice's hair done for her birthday. She got a buy one, get one deal done. And she really needed hers done badly. She had some issues going on with her hair that we had to buy some special shampoo and get that taken care of. And I wanted to get her hair done for her birthday. And we got her and Eunice's hair both done for under $35 and got the bonding and all that stuff that the Filipinos like to do. We will get it eventually, Adam. That's one way to look at it. We'll get it eventually. Hey, King, popping in for a minute. doing BBQ up at Dad's. Nothing wrong with that.
She got on the grill.
Nothing wrong with that. Well, so far, Jeff, we've got a $25 donation so far that was made by Randy Macho Man Satterley. We're trying to make at least 60 to 75 to help 3 of these girls out in here tonight that are needing some school help for their children, primarily. We did get a lot of stuff done over the holidays between me and Bob, helping some people get some shit done. So anybody that's got an extra $25 on them tonight that can match what Randy the Macho Man Satterley did for us tonight, that would be greatly appreciated. Anybody that hasn't donated in a while, if you have donated recently, I hate to keep beating the dead horse or the live horse. There's Jazzy Jana from Louisiana.
Yes, Jana, how you doing?
Jazzy, the only one to ever have a key to this show with the power to block bad people. And in case before you ask Jazzy Jana, no, that person never made good on their pledge. They're in here talking to me, but until they make good on their pledge, I don't have anything to say. Now, where's Jeff's badge? Jeff, what am I going to do with you? Jeff Sanford. But Jeff donates a fair amount of money to us.
Jeff, you big dummy.
So I can't smack him around too bad. I just can't figure out why his badge.
Across his lip.
I can't figure out why his badge never works. You big dummy. So back to the Texas thing. All right, here we go. I'll go 35. Oh, thank you, Jeff, man. Greatly appreciate it.
All right. No longer a big dummy.
45. No, not a big dummy. Take that big dummy status right off there. You're going to donate, you're not a big dummy.
Not at all.
It's Fred Sanford, for those of y'all that don't know, and probably a lot of you don't.
I keep forgetting we have young people that listen to.
Coltrane of Heartbergen, my favorite WNBA player, went down with an injury. And well, who's your favorite player?
I'm guessing they played for the Aces.
Yeah, but that I saw her sitting the bench the other day because my son called me. He said, "What are you doing, Dad?" And I said, "I'm watching WNBA ball." He says, "You must be bored out of your fucking mind." I said, "I am." I said, "But I tuned in to see the Purple Aces play at not Evansville. I tuned in to see the Purple Aces playing. The what are they? The Indianapolis Fever, something like that. The Indiana Fever. Yeah, I was watching the Indiana Fever, not the Evansville Purple Aces. And I'm looking, and I see all these fine young black women on the court. No white women. I was, uh-oh, something wrong with Indiana. Ain't got a white woman on the court. I know that white woman. Even you know that white woman.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So Caitlin's sitting over there in a fucking t-shirt, not playing, no intentions of playing. So what's wrong with Caitlin? What's happened?
Oh, Aja Wilson.
Help me out, Jazzy Jana.
Oh yeah.
Aja Wilson, number 22, 3-time MVP, 2-time, and then
she's bad.
I saw now there's a girl on Indiana that looks like she don't take no shit.
Like an enforcer.
Rebound girl. Well, one of them was brought in, I think a big white girl. I could be wrong. There was some big girl that was brought in to be the protector for Caitlin. Now, I can't remember if it was a big white girl or a big black girl, but there's somebody I didn't want to fuck with on the team. And she was brought in apparently especially to take care of Caitlin Clark because everybody giving her hard fouls and trying to fuck with her and shit.
So they got a Dennis Rodman.
And there's Jeffrey Sanford's $35 challenge. 25 from Randy the Macho Man, so 35, 55. So that's 60. And I don't think 75 is out. So if we could get another 15 or 20 for the first 30 minutes, that would be nice. And then if we can bump that up to 100, then we can get everybody taken care of tonight that's needing some help. Oh, Sophie no.
Oh, who's that 6'5" girl?
Who's the blonde on the team? She's got real pretty blonde hair. She's always happy, big smile on her face, and can shoot like a motherfucker. I thought that was Sophie Cunningham. The place for Indiana is Sophie's white.
Yeah, Sophie
got real blonde hair. Okay, so Sophie can shoot her ass off, from what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched a little bit. Now I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't tune in for the tip off. I showed up mid fourth when it was all kind of getting interesting, and I think LA pulled off the victory. LA got the win. But my son, because John Paul used to be a supporter of this show. We don't see much out of John Paul anymore.
Yeah, where'd he go?
I don't know. He wrote me the other day. He said he had some shit going on, and he watches from time to time. But we hadn't seen a donation in a while, so maybe shit's going on. I don't know.
Who's the white girl that plays for LA that used to play for USC?
White girl for
she was a
LA.
tall blonde, and she blew her knee out last year. But she's adorable. Like, her face is really adorable, but she's just lanky.
Adorable face. Help us out, Jazzy Jan. Where's John Paul? He's watching.
Hey, John Paul.
Show him we're talking. Well, John, this ought to motivate a donation out of it. We're talking WNBA. Yes, John. I mentioned John's name and said we haven't seen John in forever. We especially ain't seen no donations in a while. Maybe some shit's going on. It happens.
His name.
Teamaker wrote me the other day. Teamaker wrote me and said that he won't be donating for a while. I said, why? And it had something to do with an ex-girlfriend owing him money or something. I don't know.
Eesh. Hey, Nick's brothers up in here.
Yeah, it all goes into the same bank account, mine, and I'm stealing all the money, and I'm living like a fucking tycoon. There we go.
Let me guess. Was Billy Boy one of the people?
I don't know. I don't think Bob set it up for subscribers only tonight. I don't know.
Don't look like it.
But yeah, so John Paul ought to be over there. John should make a $500 donation tonight because we're talking in WNBA ball. And
Cameron Brink, that's her name.
Cameron?
Yeah.
Now, do you watch much WNBA ball, Mr. Train?
I do not. I'll catch a few minutes here and there because
I will admit, if I catch the fever on, because they're just up the road from me.
Mm-hmm.
They're about 98 miles up the road, if that far. So if I catch the fever on, but I hear that a lot of fine, outstanding black female athletes of the WNBA are a little irritated because they're pretty fucking good ball players too. But when Caitlin's injured, attendance has a tendency to drop at games she's scheduled to be at by as much as 40%.
Well,
that's a big drop to see one white girl play ball.
It's also Indiana.
It's also.
Or you mean all over the country?
It looks like Randy Macho Man Satterley sent an additional $10 to bump it up to 35.
Good man.
And hey, John Paul is so excited. He didn't do 500. He didn't even do 100. But John Paul did do a $25 challenge tonight. Thank you, John Paul. So all we got to do is scrape a little money out of John Paul's, talk some WNBA basketball. That's what we got to do. And so I think John Paul gets us very close to does that get us pretty close to 100? I think. Let me check. Randy Macho. So we got 35 total out of Randy Macho Man Satterley. We got 35 out of Jeff Sanford. So that's 70. And 25 out of John Paul. So that's 95. So, Jazzy, is it too early in the month to see if we can get a little bit of help out of you, darling? And I know you help when you can. And if you can't, don't worry about it. But being as we're talking WNBA ball, we are demanding all of our WNBA ballers ball up.
You're a fan.
John Paul, I'm working on it. Okay. We might just have to, you and I, step aside and just let John Paul and Jazzy. You know what? I tell you what I will do. If John Paul and Jazzy Jana want to come on the show in the near future, we will dedicate 30 minutes to WNBA ball. And but Jazzy Jana and John Paul have to do the show because they're the only two who can know anything about it.
Yeah, otherwise it'd be quiet as hell, won't it?
It'd be a bit chirpy in here, a little crickety. If we were to do that, I like that. It's a little crickety in here. Little crickets are not doing good.
Here's Cameron Brink right here.
Have you noticed that we? Oh yeah, God damn.
She's a cutie, isn't she?
Yeah. For a white girl,
6'4".
For a white girl, she ain't bad.
Yeah, exactly.
All the white girls out there going, "Come on, Kenny, shit."
I mean, she's a little raily, but I like a little.
Hey, and here's one of my beef about some of these WNBA girls. They're too concerned about being pretty and not playing fucking ball. And one I'm going to get on. Who's the one with the big eyelashes? I think she plays for LA.
Oh, and Reese. I know it's Reese.
Help me out, Jess. Who's the girl that plays for LA? Got the big eyelashes. I think she played in the SEC, probably LSU.
Oh, yeah.
Angel Reese, is that her name? Angel Reese?
Yeah.
All right, Angel Reese is too fucking concerned about being pretty and being seen. Probably has big ass fucking nails. I don't know, maybe. If you're playing NBA ball, no, not Rika Jackson. No, it's Angel Reese. Got those big ass huge eyelashes. I would see that to be
really big eyes too.
Basketball. I think that would be a detriment. Rika got lashes. Well, I'm not saying she don't, but so does Angel Reese. And got that big long ass hair. Okay, all right.
I guess eyelash comes loose. That's going to be in the game for you.
Yeah, if that eyelash comes loose, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem. And the hair is so long, you know. And I saw another girl in LA, a little white girl that was real cute. I can't think she could shoot her ass off too. And I'd have to see a picture of her though. Little white girl, brunette. Her hair was up in a bun during the Fever game. Help me out, Jazzy Jana. Her hair was in a bun. Cutest little face in the world. I mean, for me to compliment white women, I mean, come on.
Let me see.
Speaking of white women, how are your girls doing?
They're good. Real good.
They're kind of like white women.
Kind of. They're very beige.
Most racist.
My youngest is about to
be
the
most racist show on the internet is the guy that claims he ain't racist. Good old Kenny Bo.
That's usually how it goes. Not to be racist, but here comes
not to be racist. No, I don't mean to be racist about this. I was thinking back in the day when I was 14 years old, and I invited my first black friend to come up to my apartment to visit me, and my mother told me I couldn't do that, and I went. And then when I started, and I did anyway, because mom worked during the day, and I was bringing my friends up anyway. And there were times mom come home, 7 or 8 of my black friends up in the apartment with me, and we'd all be getting ready to go to Huggy Bears and play video games back in the days of pinball.
That place called Huggy Bears.
Huggy Bears, yeah, that was the name of it. Yeah. Oh, the guy that owned it was the biggest pothead in the 7-state region.
The biggest pimp too.
I wish I could think of his name. If anybody was in here watching the show from LaGrange, that's your LA girl, Kenny, Kelsey Plum. Kelsey's a cutie.
Oh, she's brunette, right?
Yeah, she's brunette. She had her hair in a bun, and I'm thinking, my God, that's a pretty girl right there.
She's a cutie,
and can shoot her ass off too.
They call her Plum Dog.
Yeah, I'd call her more than that. Yeah, I'm not normally much on the hair in the bun look, but she still looked good.
Oh, some of them rock it just right.
And I am not a hair in a bun guy. I mean, I like the long Angel Reese, hair thing.
Well, you got to get out of the way sometimes.
15 from Jazzy Jana to get us over the 100 mark. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate that. Love K. Well, we're talking WBA ball. We might just drain Jazzy Jana's and John Paul's bank accounts before we're done. If we just keep it going, we'll get deeds. We'll get deeds to cars before this shit's over. John Paul will sign over a goddamn deed to his house or something here in a minute.
Hey, Becky's in the house. Hey, darling, how you doing?
Becky minus Adcock Rabbit. Becky's in the house. How you doing, Becky?
It's been a while.
John, that's your LA girl, Kelsey Plum. Yep, that's her name. I remember seeing it.
Plum Dog.
But yeah, I saw her pop up on the screen, and isn't that a shame that I only watch the ball to see who the pretty girls are?
That's what I do.
You just see the pretty girls.
Although I tell you what, you see some pretty girls in real action, that Legends Football League, they go after it.
Well, John, you're not making me feel good by saying I finally watched Bolin's boring ass fucking show, and they're talking WNBA ball. That's not making me feel too good.
No, Jana, actually, it's not your fault. Kenny mentioned it.
John Paul and no, it's not. I brought it up before Jazzy got here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I brought it up
right on time. It's like you put out the signal and all the
I threw up the bat signal and here they came. Yeah, I put up the bat signal. I've been up a long time, guys. I did not get my traditional nap today, and then I still have to do the 11 o'clock show with Bill Apter and Dr. Chris Featherstone. Fortunately, that's scheduled for 30 minutes. Never goes longer than 40. when they have me on, it has a tendency to go the 40.
No shit.
But no, I'm actually the one that brought it up because I started out telling the story, John, if you're still here with us, and Jazzy. I started out telling the story. I said, my son called me the other day. Hey, Dad, what are you doing? I said, watching WNBA ball. He said, you must be bored out of your fucking mind. I said, I am. I said, I was scanning through the dial, and it was the only thing on, so I clicked it. I said, it was the Indiana Fever. And I said, I click it, and there's no Caitlin Clark. She's sitting over there on the fucking bench. Because two things you're going to get if you're watching Caitlin Clark. She's going to light it up and just start schooling everybody from way downtown. Or she's going to take about 13 hard fouls, and there's going to be nearly 7 fights.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you now, and John Paul can back me up on this if I'm wrong, or just agree with me. There's nearly more fights in WNBA ball than there is men's basketball.
Or hockey.
Them bitches throw down.
Yeah,
no
they
offense.
do.
No
No,
offense.
they do.
And especially if you hit Caitlin Clark. There's some people going to come off the bench ready to bust your fucking head.
That's the golden goose.
But no, every time I watch WNBA ball, I nearly see 5 or 6 fights. We get serious and talk a lot of shit. No doubt about that. John, what's your opinion on all the fighting? And I'm going to tell you something that I used to, and it ain't cool. You shouldn't have said that. But me and my brother, my racist ass brother, homophobic brother, womanizing brother. Hey, Kenny, you ever watch bitch ball? And that was NCAA women's basketball.
God damn.
And that's come a long way.
He's a charming young
in
man.
the years. Hell, there's times that some of the women's games will outrank the men's games.
Yeah.
And but he called it bitch ball.
Jesus.
And not very nice thing to say. And of course, you know, sometimes I'd be guilty too back in the day. But
it was a different
not
time.
call it that no more. They'll beat your ass.
Oh, they whooped the shit out you.
Whip the shit out of somebody. Oh yeah, they're flopping and shoulder banging all night. No, well, not only that, they're ready to fight.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm not even talking about the flopping and shoulder banging and the hard fouls and all that shit. They ready to fight. And Caitlin don't back down from anybody. That little, I almost called her a bony bitch. I don't want to do that. She's a little thin. She's a little lean.
I had no idea she was 6 feet tall though.
Well, you know, I didn't know that either. Is she 6 feet?
Yeah, that took me by surprise.
And that other blonde is 6'4". The one with the real pretty.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Now they got 3 or 4 or 5 players that they've definitely been doing some modeling just based on prettiness.
Oh yeah.
And Angel Reese has her own look. I mean, you see her on the court, nobody looks like her.
No.
She's
acts like
nice
her
look.
ass
I got no complaint about it.
No, she's a pretty girl.
I just think those eyelashes are a little big to be playing ball.
She kind of has those spider
Throw
legs.
those goddamn things on when the game's over. And just to show you that I'm an equal opportunity insultist, Sophia Cunningham is a black. I heard that. Yeah, I heard Sophia's a black belt from a very young age. I heard she was a black belt at a very young age. But I've been chatting a lot with John Sadak, the lead announcer for the Cincinnati Reds. He and I have become pretty good Twitter friends. And he brought tears to my eyes last night because he was talking about playing in a tennis court with his dog, Lucky. My first ever dog when I was 4 years old, that I remember. My first ever dog from age 4 to probably age 9 or 10 was a little black mutt I had named Lucky. And he was telling me about his dog, Lucky, going to the tennis court. And he says, when I say last ball, Lucky don't like to hear that. So Lucky will keep the ball and does not bring it back. And he keeps the ball. Like last ball my ass. I'll call when last ball people play around
Tell you
here.
when this game ends, some bitch.
And of course, John Sadak's on the road quite a bit, and he just got back in town for the Miami series. So Lucky was probably happy to see his dad, and he didn't want to quit playing ball. But they had a dog on the field yesterday to throw out the first pitch, and the dog picked up the ball, ran towards home plate. He's supposed to drop the ball at home plate, signifying the first pitch. He runs towards home plate, gets about 10 feet from home plate, turns around, he's gone. That dog is all over Great American Ballpark. It took them, I think they said 3.5 minutes to catch that dog. Ellie Dela Cruz gets involved. He's trying to catch the
people diving and shit.
The fastest baseball player in the major leagues is trying to catch this damn dog. And he's making 2 or 3 attempts at it. And then finally he found a groundskeeper that he liked, that he trusted. And he dropped the ball at the groundskeepers. And they had a girl in the stands. You shouldn't rate women, but on a 10, she was a 12. She had a body on her that was just ungodly. And she had this big Great Dane with her that looked a little bit like Scooby. And I don't know if anyone saw that dog with her walking that dog down the ramp, because the camera was on her for a reason. And she was a gorgeous woman, but it was Dog at the Park. And Barry Larkin starts telling stories about Shotzi. Well, Shotzi, there were 2 or 3 of them that Marge Schott had. And Shotzi had the run of the fucking ballpark. And Shotzi was like a big Newfoundland, what do you call it?
Or whatever.
Yeah. Just one of those great big hairy fucking dogs. And Shotzi had the run of the goddamn ballpark. And so the reason I tell the Shotzi story is for 2 reasons. Shotzi had the run of Riverfront Stadium. On hot-ass AstroTurf, I spent $6,000 on one that's my Facebook page. Well, something ain't adding up. What's going on here?
She's talking about the dog.
I haven't done that. I love my doggies, but I did just spend over $1,000 on Choco.
Yeah.
Trying to save her. And then the 2 opinions, their attempts to try to save her, and then her cremation. And it got to right at $1,000.
Cremation alone is like $5, isn't it?
What's that?
I said cremation alone is like $500, isn't it?
Actually, they gave us a real good deal. We got out for a little under $300.
Oh, that's not bad.
On the cremation. And it was the blood work and all that. And then my son insisted on a second opinion, and I agreed because she seemed like she was doing better. So it's the 2 opinions that bit us in the ass a little bit. And fortunately, Fidelity had given me a brand new credit card for being with them for so long. My credit score, even though I haven't tried to build it, because I haven't applied for credit since 1992, apparently my credit score had gone up far enough. My son said, "God damn, Dad, you could actually get a nice apartment if you could afford one." I said, "Well, yeah, at least the credit score is good enough that if I could afford one of those $2,000 apartments, we could do that."
I never had the same thing at once. I either have good credit and no money, or a bunch of money and no credit.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's one or the other.
Yeah, they never line up.
I freshly had that card, and me and my son are going to make a few payments on it to establish more credit, build the score a little higher.
Yeah, and
cover her expenses and everything. And because $1,000 of found money is not normally an easy thing to come up with.
No.
So, except if you're me taking advantage of mentally challenged people and pocketing all their money, and all the money goes into the same bank
mattress.
Yeah, even though Bolin Services Incorporated, by the way, is linked to a 501c3 PayPal account, motherfucker, because I know you're still watching because you're obsessed.
Oh, yeah.
But no, Bolin Services Incorporated is linked to a PayPal-created 501c3 account, and the reason it is because the fees are dramatically lower for those that for trust factors want to scan a QR code, because some people prefer to do that. Scan a QR code and have your money be taken out that way. So that's why we have that account. We still have the QR code, but almost nobody was using it, but apparently 2 people did. And
that's a young man's game.
So once we take Royals down, probably here in a couple of days, they've gotten a lot of extra time. But like I said, their food's good. They just don't want to spend any more money on advertising and are not covering their employee meals. So yeah, if they're not going to do that, I don't expect them to spend any money on us either. So, and they just have the one location down in Louisville. Five Guys as a matter of fact, Arby's got a big sponsorship thing on the Daily Show last night. And if you want to find out about what's going on with the Epstein files and what's going on in Texas and all the bullshit.
Epstein files?
Yeah, what Epstein files? What names? What? And yes, Trump called Epstein a loser today. The one you hung out with for 20 years and took 7 trips to his island. That loser?
Everywhere.
You're on the flight log 7 times, you piece of shit.
Nope.
So let's see if we have any more donations. We might. I saw something light up.
You got my heart all aflutter, darling.
Did John Paul do another 20?
He might have.
Or is that the original? Randy Satterley, 25. 35, 10. Jesse Jana, 25. Yeah, I think John Paul did another 20. Well, thank you, man. Very kind of you. We appreciate that. Another $20 show. Sydney Martin in the house. Sydney Martin has agreed to let us send him the Midnight Express picture. So we had a fan who had made a $150 offer for the Stone Cold Steve Austin picture. Now, they haven't paid their money yet, but Sydney was kind enough to let me send him a water bottle, a BS flag. Yeah, we got a flag here. Get one of those.
BS flag.
So you get a BS flag, you get the membership card, you get one of the water bottles. Well, it'll look like that, only in water bottle form. And, but that was very kind of Sydney to do that. He and I have chatted a little bit back and forth. He's the one that went through Bob to make arrangements to try to get the Stone Cold picture. And so what is it, 9:49? We'll hang around here till 10:15. Let's see if we can raise if we raise another $30. I'd be pretty happy with that. We could raise another 30. And that'll get us in pretty good shape to help the people that are needing help tonight. And but what is it you think the trolls get out of knowing they're lying? They're fucking. What do you think they get?
They hear their name and it makes them feel.
But it ain't even their name. They're in here in fake accounts. It's their fake name.
Yeah, but they knew who they are.
Well, I guess they got that going for them.
They're all giggling and high-fiving and shit right now. But the amount of time it takes, good Lord.
You look like you have a kind. So he's one of the most evil motherfuckers I've ever known, Becky. I don't know what you're looking at. He looks like Charlie.
Be satisfied until the orphanage is closed.
Charlie Wilson. Is that who we gave you the name of last time?
Yeah,
from
I think
Cat
it was.
Band.
Yeah.
Well, see, Charlie Wilson also has a furniture store here in Louisville called Charlie Wilson Appliance.
Really?
Doesn't look anything like the Gap Band guy. He's some old white guy, I think.
Rent to own, I bet.
Charlie Wilson Appliance. No, believe it or not, that's not the rent to own place. We've got those, but I don't hear as much of the rent to own places anymore.
No, because you can do a firm and Klarna and all that stuff now. Well,
yeah, I use Klarna quite a bit. You know what I used it on you know what I used it on the other day? I ordered some things. There's a May Lali. She's popping in there. Her kids had some medical issues recently.
Hey, sweetie, how you doing?
Yeah, I think Bob had sent a little money their direction that we helped them out with recently.
And I do have a kind soul.
We might have got another donation here. Let me see what we got. Sydney Martin with a $20 challenge. Thank you, Sydney. So we're about $10, $15 shy of getting to where we our expanded goal, and really helps us. Thank you, Sydney. Very kind of you. Really appreciate it. And we really scam very little of this money for you trolls out there. Very, very little of it.
Only like 55%.
Oh, it's more like 85.
Oh yeah, I was trying to be kind.
And that's the thing that we told him when we got the 501c3. The 501c3 says that as long as we use 5% of the money, that we're in good standing. Well, to me, you're not.
Right.
You know, I understand for people that have administrative fees and shit like that. I understand if you're just running a big time fucking deal. Yeah, there's a little money that has to be involved to run that.
Right.
But basically, who runs this is me, you, Bob, Carrie, my friend on the board member, and my son. We're the ones that fucking run it. We don't need administrative fees to hand out money to people in need. It's not that big of a fucking deal. And and that's why I tell the Scaramucci's and the Mark Cubans and various other. Scaramucci coming back on August the 26th. Oh. November would be a ways down the road, wouldn't it? He's waiting for the midterms to come back on. And but apparently Scaramucci, Cuban, and Elon Musk are all kind of in a trifecta about getting this third party going. What was pointed out to me today via the news by people in politics that I trust, which there's not a shitload of them, but they're saying that it could cost billions of dollars to start that third party because of 50 rules in 50 states of how you cast votes, where they get casted, how, and all the various things. There's a lot more. They said it's just not like, oh, I'm going to start a third party. Here's $500,000. Here we go. They said it just doesn't work that way. And the only one that ever got close to starting a third party was that H. Ross Perot.
Yeah, a little bigger fella.
And I think he got 18% of the vote.
Yeah, he took a lot of votes from both of them.
Yeah.
And he had some good ideas till he went off the rails.
He had to, until he went off the rails.
Yeah,
with that,
and he started talking crazy.
That general that he had as his running mate, what was his name?
Oh, I can't remember.
Oh, my God. Saturday Night Live had a blast with that guy.
But he's like that uncle we all have that makes sense for about 15 minutes. And
if
then he
that
starts
long.
off on some
if
dumb
that
shit.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. But no, it was very nice of Sydney to kick in 20. So, yeah, if we can get about another 15 here before we're done, we're going to hang around about 10 more minutes. Then I'm going to take a break. Oh, by the way, I got to get this in. Went to Arby's 2 or 3 days ago. They loaded us up pretty good, as they always do. I got the big double meat turkey sandwich. I eat half at a time. It's got like 70 grams of protein in that sandwich. If you're looking for protein, that's the place to go. And then we got a double meat gyro that I still have in the fridge. I'll probably eat that tomorrow. But the thing you got to try the next time you go to Arby's, and you can get the meal for about 12 or 13 bucks, is the Angus beef Philly cheesesteak sandwich made of Angus beef.
To try that.
I was told to make sure that I tell you all Angus beef, not anus beef. That would be totally different. Angus beef. If you haven't been to Arby's recently, go to Arby's. You can get the meal for around $13. The Angus meat Philly cheesesteak sandwich is off the charts. For the money, it is good.
Well, they have an Angus prime rib too, don't they? Or a brisket. It's a brisket sandwich.
Yes, they have a brisket sandwich over there that's very good.
It takes me 2 sittings to finish one of those.
I tell you what, I love my turkey sandwich. I get one every time I go. I normally get 2 big sandwiches every time I go to bring home. And I eat half a turkey while I'm there, bring half turkey home, have that as a meal the next day. But I brought 3 home this time. I got my Philly sandwich, I got my turkey sandwich, and I got my gyro, which I'm probably going to have tomorrow. But I'm telling you, if you like Philly cheesesteak sandwiches,
which I do,
next time you go to Arby's, get you one. And if you got to get the meal, go in and sit down. For $13, it ain't a bad deal. See what they'll charge you if you want them to double meat it. That's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they charge commoners, but it was good. My son raved about it as well. We both gave it an off the charts. As a matter of fact, we just ate the meat around the sandwich and still had 2 more meals when we got home. So it's a Mac Daddy sandwich. If you like chili
so
cheese
often
stick,
I can charm my way into some free extra shit, but just depending on who's working it.
That's what I used to do at McDonald's when I was a kid. I'd go to McDonald's and this is back in the day of the 99-cent Big Mac when I worked at Kroger, and I'd go in and I said, if you could, if you can throw in a free large fry with that, that'd be great. I'd get or throw in a free soft drink. Kenny, how do you get all that free stuff? And I said, it's very simple. I asked, and you don't.
Yeah.
I asked.
And politely.
Because every time I'd go, I'd either get a free soft drink, I'd get free large fries. Of course, the prices in 1979 through 1984 are dramatically different than what they are now. And but it's like the sponsorships. You don't get them if you don't ask.
Right.
I mean, Disco Inferno's raving about my sponsors, Scaramucci, various other people. God damn, man, you got some good sponsors. How you get them? I ask. I go into the restaurant. If I like their product, if I like their people, that has a lot to do with it. Then I tell them what we do. Would you like to be a part of it? And restaurants are the easiest ones to get because that's where you go.
Right.
I don't walk into Charlie Wilson Appliance and say, hey, how about a free refrigerator? Give me a free fridge. I'll advertise you on my show. What do we got here? What's Sydney plugging? They have a special right now. They are giving away 100. I saw that. I encourage you. I don't know if they've given away all 100,000 of them yet.
How does that work?
I know where 2 of them went. But if you could get one of those, scan a QR code or something. I get them free anyway, so I didn't bother to do the QR code. We'll let some of those other people get those. But yeah, if you
have a
get
coupon
one,
for
go
2
get
free
one.
sliders.
Yeah, I think it's a free Philly cheesesteak sandwich with any $10 purchase.
Oh, okay.
Up to 100,000 of them. So yeah, go in there and drop $10. Get you 2 of them. Buy you a Philly cheesesteak, then get another one.
There you go.
You ain't gonna go home hungry. Tell you that. And like I said, I'm going to be going to Blaze next week. I think they still have going the 5. It's technically 5 for $35. You get 3 pizzas, 2 side items, $35. That is not a bad deal at all, especially if you got a group of people you're wanting to feed. Taking my friend from the CIA there next week. We might even film a little bit of it, take some pictures to show you how much food you get for your $35. And even if it ain't the special, you can get 3 regular pizzas over there for $36.
Wow. Made
any way you want on any crust.
Now, is that like a brick oven place or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's unlimited toppings, whatever you want.
Oh, nice.
And if they ain't got enough meat on there, say, yeah, I need some more ham on there. I need some more pepperoni. I need some more meatballs.
Damn.
I need some more Italian sauce. And they'll put it on until you say stop. Within reason. They've never told us no.
Like, grab that wheelbarrow of meat and just dump it right on.
And that was before they were a sponsor.
Nice.
So, what time? I got 6 more minutes here, guys, and then I got to get a bit of a break. And
now, whose show are you on? You said Bill Apter.
I'm on Bill Apter and Dr. Featherstone's show at 11 o'clock. And I assume it's recorded. It's about a half-hour show. Last time they told me that, we went 40 minutes. They said they wanted me for my controversy and my they had another word they used, controversy,
political,
and I forgot what the word was, but they knew if they asked me a question, I would tell them how I feel, something like that. I said, yeah,
straight shooting, or
yeah, more or less a straight shooter. We know you're not going to sugarcoat your answers. No, I got no reason to. I don't answer to anybody.
A non-bullshitter.
Yeah, I don't ansr to anybody. It's easy to do that when you don't answer to anybody. Unlike Paramount, who basically said we'll pay $16 million which, let's face it, what Trump done is illegal.
Mm-hmm.
He shook them down for $16 million because they edited an interview. Now, when they asked Trump about the Epstein files on Fox, would you declassify the Epstein files? Yeah.
Right away.
Yes. And that's where they edited. And then when you saw it in its entirety, yeah, but maybe a little less reluctant to do that because of all the phony things that could be involved. So when you see it in its entirety, he wasn't overly excited to release the Epstein files.
Oh, yeah.
But the way Fox edited it, they made it look like, yeah, Trump's all in on revealing the Epstein files. The guy he hung out with for 20 years shut down Mar-a-Lago so they could bring in underage caddies just for him and Epstein. Wonder how that went. 7 trips to the private island. Yeah, Clinton was on one of them. If Clinton was over there fucking underage girls, fuck him too.
I'm sure there were a few Democrats over there.
Part of it. See, that's where me and a lot of you guys are different.
Exactly.
If we got a crooked Democrat, I'm all for getting them. Senator Menendez from New Jersey, fuck him.
Eric Adams, is that his name?
Love this part. Yeah, Eric Adams, that fucking crook. Fuck him. Democrat, fuck him.
Oh, back in the day, Blagojevich or whatever.
Trump pardoned him.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all for sale. A lot of them are. A lot of them for sale. So no, if you're a crooked Democrat, you make as I said on the last show, you make the party look bad. Fuck you. Get rid of you.
Yeah, Becky just couldn't resist staying up, could you?
Just doing high protein and no carb. Well, they say no carbs is not a good idea because carbs are what makes your brain function. Maybe that explains a few things.
Just not the white carbs, the flours and shit like that.
Yeah. I have all but eliminated bread around here. The closest thing to carbs I have now are Ritz crackers that I use in some dips that I like. Haven't had a hamburger bun, hot dog bun, or a slice of bread other than if I go out.
Right.
If I'm having my Philly cheesesteak sandwich. Now, the guy that was there serving them to us, he ate his without bread. Yeah, I'm going to have mine
bowl.
Yeah, he had his in a bowl. So we got 3 more minutes, and then I got to prepare to do the Dr. Featherstone, Bill Apter show tonight. No idea what they're going to talk to me about. I do have my opinions because I really think if me and CM Punk sat down and had a talk, we got along most of the time at OVW, and there were times he was an asshole. Politically, we line up pretty good. But do not badmouth people for saying you're taking the blood money from Saudi Arabia, and then a year later you go take, because he gave Nick Nimitz some shit about it.
Uh-huh.
And well, don't bitch people out for taking the blood money from Saudi Arabia, and then the following year you go take the fucking blood money from Saudi Arabia. You probably sold as much merchandise and T-shirts and bullshit over there as anybody else did.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not going to practice what you preach, shut your fucking mouth. You know.
Sometimes I think that check is just too damn good. You know, no matter what your principles are, like they'll hit a number eventually.
I don't know that everybody gets that check though. But maybe they get a bonus when they go to Saudi Arabia. As you know, Sami Zayn did not go and protest there for a little while. Sammy didn't go, but he was over there.
Goldberg
I don't
got
know
$1 million.
What is Sammy's religion that he felt that he had to go this time?
Muslim.
Yeah. Canadian Muslim. How'd that work out?
Yeah, he's his family's from Syria.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's right.
So they migrated to Canada, and he was born there.
That's right. Okay, I knew there was a tie in there somehow. I just forgot how.
Becky, you're making me blush.
I knew he was from Canada. I think he was born in Canada, wasn't he?
Yeah, Montreal, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Are you a real cowboy? Boy, she's awful interested in that hat, ain't she?
My uncle is.
It seems that way, don't it?
I'm just from cowboy states, but no, my uncle's a cowboy. I just like to keep the sun on.
Real quick, I got about 3 minutes. I hit something I shouldn't have hit. What did I hit? There we go. I'm back.
Nothing changed. Yeah.
Let me get my clock back up and running here. I hit something. Technically, I'm supposed to be out of here. It's 10:05. We did 1 hour and 6 minutes. I did kick in a little early. Let's take 2 last questions real quick, but you got to ask them quick because if you dilly-dally, I got to get out of here.
Get them in there.
I got to get ready to do
None
the
Featherstone
after show. Check your local listings as to when that show will air. I have no idea what they're going to ask me. I guess I'll find out when I get over there at 11 o'clock. But I do not think it is a live show.
What's the name of the show?
Fuck, I don't know.
I guess you'll know that after you get off, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've done the show 2 or 3 times. It's Dr. Featherstone and Bill Apter. Let me see if they've sent me a join link. They said they was going to send it to me. I don't. LinkedIn, WWE.
Good night, darling.
AARP.
Did you ever see Bill and these bands rock?
Once it was evident I wasn't talking to people that weren't in good standing with the show, they didn't say anything further. Did you notice?
Yeah, I did. Randy said, did you ever see Bill and these Van Rockin'? What is that?
Excuse me?
Randy said, did you ever see Bill on these Van Rockin'? I think he missed a few words.
No. There. Tyler, we didn't see you on the show tonight. Tyler Cox wrote me. I noticed we didn't see him tonight.
Oh, yeah. The TC.
We're going to see you back on the show one of these days. All right. John Mosier wrote me. I didn't see him in the show.
I think a lot of people stay quiet.
Do you have money
for asked to donate?
Yeah. People hush up a lot of times when it comes to that. Karen McDonald writing me on my inbox, which means he's watching the show and not donating, of course. Can't donate because he still owes me $75.
Damn.
He owes me $100 because I can't find the $25 he claimed he sent.
And those are the ones that show up with new shoes on and shit.
Let's see. Mayla Lee. So hard every minute's go to the CR. I want to buy medicine. If it's okay, it's 500 pesos for my dysmorphia, whatever that is, and my fever. I can't take care of my kids because of my pain. She needs 500 pesos.
Jeez.
Well,
how many kids does she have?
I popped in late, went to my friends for a little bit, now trying to unlock my bank card. All right, boss. We're getting ready to wrap up here in just a few minutes, and one of the girls is needing some medication money, so let me see what we can get done.
All right.
That was Tyler. Let's see. Did you ever see Bill on those band? What's the Randy talking about there?
I have no idea, so I'm hoping he elaborates real quick.
Yeah, Randy, you'll have to enlighten us real quick.
Got about
And yeah, I don't even have a link to join his show yet. He said if I would get it roughly an hour to a half an hour before the show. If they want me to do it, it'd be a wise idea to send it. But yeah, if you want to search Dr. Featherstone and Bill Apter, whatever the name of their show is, I don't know.
Now, who's this Featherstone guy? Was he a worker? Or is he just a dude?
Dr. Featherstone, I don't know. I think they're both over on Sportskeeda.
Okay.
I was over there, and then.
Did you ever see Bill Dundee's van rocking?
No, I did not.
I don't think he's heavy enough to make anything rock.
Tyler says he got his card unlocked. I thought fraud happened, but it was charges I made today.
That I forgot.
All right. Well, you don't want to fraud yourself. Okay. Yeah, he said I thought it was fraud, but it was charges he'd made earlier today. So.
Scared himself.
Got to be careful about that. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to hop off here for now. Get ready to do this other show. Get my eyes, get some eye drops in my eyes, try to perk up to do their 30 or 40 minutes. And then I guess by Thursday, I'll know what the name of the show is and when it airs and how you can see it and all that good shit. But I'm sure we'll have a good time over there. I normally do.
Oh, yeah.
And, but yeah, Dr. Featherstone and Apter both do Sportskeeda shows. Okay. But I think this is their own separate show other than Sportskeeda.
Who's the one everybody's always mad at? It's not Apter.
No, it ain't Apter. God, I forget.
You know who I'm talking about, though.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of his name.
Yeah, and any other time, I'd have it right away.
I was trying to think of my neighbor's name I've known for 8 years the other day. I couldn't think of it. I thought his name was Jesse. And then I had to write Maya in Dublin to ask what his name was. And she told me, and I forgot. Hang on.
You should hear me trying to call my kids.
I think I wrote my neighbor because my neighbor met him and she couldn't think of his name either.
Mm.
And,
well, he's a memorable guy, though, isn't he? Huh?
Tyler Cox donated $10 at the buzzer. Thank you, TC from the NC. Nice. Appreciate that. And hang on here, because his name is not Jesse. His name is Shelby.
Just like
I thought it was Jesse, but his name is Shelby.
It's almost like Andrew Martin, huh?
Known him for 8 years. Well, I don't know how much at WNBA ball we're going to be talking about over there on the Dr. Featherstone Bill Apter show, but we got it in here tonight.
Yeah, we did.
And John Paul did $45 in donations tonight. So thank you, John. Nice. I guess we need to talk about WNBA ball every show.
Well, maybe they'll come on Thursday night.
Yeah. And I'm dead serious. If you and John Paul want to do a show together with us, give me a night y'all want to do it, and we'll have a 30-minute WNBA show. Educate the people.
Yeah, I got to meet you, Jan.
And how long is Caitlin Clark out for? Does anybody know when she due back?
Let me check.
Because that attendance dropping ain't good for the league. So if anybody knows how long she's out for, let me know. Or are you looking it up?
I'm looking it up right now.
All right.
Ooh, groin injury. Ouch. Let's see. She's being monitored, so it could be anytime. She missed 5 games, though.
All right. Yeah, but I should know more about the show I'm doing tonight on the Thursday show. We'll be back here at 9 o'clock Thursday night. So for the Coal Train, thanks so much for bailing me out tonight. I needed the help, and I appreciate you being here.
You got it.
Nerdy Bob just goes and does his nerd stuff. Just leaves me over here to die on Tuesday nights. He don't care about me.
Dungeons and Dragoning.
Dungeons and Dragoning. Sounds like a fun game, actually.
Yeah.
So, but Thursday night, right around the neighborhood of 9 o'clock, I'll be back. Are you doing anything with us Thursday, Train? You got shit
I'll be there Thursday.
Thursday night, we'll all be here together, one big happy family. So until Thursday night, around 9 o'clock, I'm the Starmaker. That's the Coal Train. And we did say a good day. Of course, that means I have to hit the end stream button because I don't have how that works.